Hey, what's up, lightboltjoe here. Today we're going to discuss season 3 of Hulu's original show, Only Murders in the Building. So this stars Selena Gomez, Steve Martin, Martin Short. All of our other subsidiary characters are back playing their subsidiary roles, their secondary roles. But then you also have Paul Rudd in this as Ben Gilroy. You have Meryl Streep in this. You have a bunch of other actors. Jane Lynch is back as that Sass character very briefly. And bro, what an ending. So this, how do I explain this? This season is all about the murder of Ben Gilroy, right? Glenroy. And so at the end of season 2, we get a year later flash forward. There's this production going on, and Paul Rudd's character of Ben collapses on the stage. There's blood coming out of his mouth. And so it's a matter of who killed Ben Glenroy, right? But did Ben actually die on the stage? Or did he survive that attempted poisoning attack per his doctors? And then who killed him the second time? So it's very much of why is Paul Rudd's character now falling down an elevator chute and crashing into an elevator, and Uma's character coming in saying again with this? It's absolutely hysterical having the three podcasters, the Only Murders in the Building podcasters, Steve Martin's character, Martin Short, and Selena Gomez's character coming together again. But there's conflict. They want to do their own things. They want to work together. But then who's disrespecting whom when? It's a lot of neat unpacking things, right? Selena's character of Mabel is now leaving the apartment in the Arconian. Steve Martin's character of Charles Hayden Savage is prepping to marry Joy, but he doesn't want to, and then things happen. Martin Short's character of Oliver Putnam is putting on together this play, right? But then it's panned by critics, and then he turns it into a dazzling musical, Death Rattle Dazzle. There's a lot of singing in this. This is a musical show, and it's very interesting having this change, that it's not just the original, like the first season, the second season, there were murders in the building. Yes, that's the title of the series, that's the title of the podcast. But Ben presumed dead originally in the theater and then dying actually in the Arconian. Again, another murder in the building. So it's neat having the back and forth between theater stuff and Arconian stuff. It's not just Arconian stuff like we've seen previously. So I like that change. I also like the theatrical aspect of it. I like the theatrical terms to it. It brought another depth, another level of New York City to folks who are not familiar with it. So I thought it was really well done. I really liked the twists and turns and who did what when, and who actually killed Ben, and how it was not just a singular individual working solely, that it was helping and covering, and it was so well done. And the backstories of this and the conversation you see here was actually a conversation to themselves, and who was that on the phone, and it's so wonderfully put together that it keeps you guessing, and you don't guess anything until the very end, and you're like 10 episodes later, right? This started August 8th, season 3, and then it just ended. I'm currently recording the October 4th, so the day after. So October 3rd is when the last episode dropped. And it's neat because I could not guess it. I watched this with my folks. We watched 10 consecutive weeks. We all had different guesses. We never guessed who the killer slash attempted killer slash killer was until the very end. It was the big reveal, and I'm like, it could have been anyone. How they kept lining up for things, and the explanation of things. It was just so wonderful to watch. And it's not just a great mystery show, it's a great show in general. It has great writing, it has great interconnecting characters, it has character development, but then the ending of that, another person is killed at the Arconian. Dun dun dun. Leading into season 4. Season 4 was just announced. I'm curious how many more seasons they are going to do of this, because how many more deaths can you do? How many more people can you kill in the Arconian? It was so good. I really liked the twists and turns, and the guessing, and the songs were just wonderful. And watching the musical adaptation, I want to know where they filmed. I want to know what theater they actually filmed that, because it was really good. It was really different too, because the first 2 seasons obviously were not musical related, but this had musical numbers throughout. Matthew Broderick was playing himself through this a lot. It's very neat. It was very, very neat. Very well done. Thoroughly enjoyed it. Can't wait for more. On to the next review. Mucho mahalo.